podcast markets are oversaturated. Comes yet another podcast, much like the classic sitcom Seinfeld, about literally nothing. No women hating content, no conspiracy theories, no true crime stories, no faux, dangerous, ignorant, misleading, or purely wrong financial advice. Just a group of people talking about whatever the hell they want. From creators Lionel and Sean, with a revolving cast of guests such as Jennifer, the J.E.'s, Melody, Lewis, and a host of others. The But Peep This podcast. Listen and subscribe on YouTube. Expect anything.
So if we don't have a soundboard, you know.
And there we are, people.
I love it. I love it.
I love it. NPR introduction.
We might get you to record that. We might have that just be the intro from now on. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wait. At the end, you got to do the fast speaking. Well, what was it? Hold up. Follow the But Peep This podcast on all social media platforms.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I love how you're trying to fade out, but we can still see you. Just
hold on. Wait,
because it got to be awkward.
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I accept the call.
Oh.
Hold on. Wait. Y'all just keep going.
I'm pretty sure that call is going to be interesting. But, ladies and gentlemen, if I am the first voice that you're hearing this week, it's because it is my turn to host. If you can tell or not, I'm a little nervous. I haven't done this in years, and especially not an esteemed show such as this one. We are in the midst of the holiday week. That one that they call Thanksgiving, that makes me uncomfortable, the reason why they still call that. But nevertheless, I'm here for the food and no work.
You want Caitlin?
Hold on.
Yes, I do. My mama about to hook them
One
up.
sec, y'all.
Hold on, wait, y'all. I got some news, because if y'all notice, Lionel's not here today, and
right.
I was trying to figure out where he was, because he said he was coming. But the thing is, I just got a call from a correctional facility in New Jersey. He got arrested for selling ice cream at a convention for the lactose intolerant. And then he tried to also attend the anti-state coalition that was in the same building, and they just had enough of him. They put him in jail. So he's not going to join us today because he just called me collect.
Lock him all the way up.
We're gonna.
You better bill him for that.
We're gonna
because how dare he?
We're gonna make sure. We're gonna make sure we keep it in our prayers. I'm sorry I scared y'all with that.
Lord.
Listen. Drama club sponsor, okay? Drama club sponsor. It's not just because I'm available to do it.
This segment was sponsored by Drama Club.
He's just a dramatic motherfucker. That's all.
In the club.
I'm just good. I'm just good.
All right. Shit. So this week, of course, since I'm leading, I also got trivia, and I hope you guys like it. By the way, I think it's going to be interesting.
If this is better than Lionel's, you taking his shot, because I'm about tired of his ass. I'm tired of his ass on his trivia coming in every week with some craziness. Hold up, though. Because we need to acknowledge this. Because now that everybody's here, I want this acknowledged. I won trivia last week. Over this one.
He did.
Over this one.
I
like on some like dramatic fashion too. Like
he did.
I can't believe I got some of the questions right.
He got so happy for winning last week. He said, "Melody, suck it,
Listen.
As I said last week, Sean and I are not allowed to play certain games against each other because we will flip boards.
By ourselves.
Yeah, y'all will.
By ourselves. We can play with
Yeah,
others, because what happens when we play with others, we just team up on other people, just fuck them up, and then laugh about it at the end.
But not with Monopoly. We're not allowed to play Monopoly at all.
No, we don't play Monopoly. No.
So that means y'all can't play Uno either then.
No, we play Uno. You gotta deal with my energy when we play Uno.
Oh, Lord.
I play Uno against one of my students, and he's got like luck on his side, because I try to explain to him that like Uno is like 60% luck, and he's like, nah, it's like 40. I'm like, no, it's 60. If you get all number cards, like you just gotta wait till you get something else, like, and then everything else is luck. You can't predict what everybody else is gonna play. And we go back and forth on that. But no, I'll be slamming cards on Uno when I go out. Like, you ain't gotta worry about that.
Oh, and we can't play Cards Against Humanity just because we know each other too well, so we can always.
Oh God, I love that game.
Look, let me tell you something.
That's a different.
Love that game.
We will win each other's cards the whole time, but nobody will ever pick ours. But we will think we're the funniest damn people. And so, like, our humor doesn't translate with everybody else's. So it's just stupid. I get mad at that shit personally.
But that one's not between us. That's just a general problem.
Yeah, that was just
Oh
a
my
general.
goodness.
That's all them people. But man, I'm beyond ready for trivia, because I gotta redeem myself. I mean, not redeem. I gotta keep my streak. So, J's, when you ready, bro.
Yeah, ready when you are.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I had a phone call.
Was Lionel calling you too?
I think so, and the only thing I can tell him is like, look, man, I do it this way. I bail you out on one condition. If you decide to partake in these gourmet chitlins with me on Thanksgiving, I'd be more than happy to bug you out.
Oh, so he must be staying in jail tonight then.
That is what happened.
He must be staying in jail tonight then.
That is what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Because we went back and forth for way too long about it, and
man, I will stay
hung up
in
on
jail.
Me. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Hanging up on you on the prison phone? I mean, not the prison phone, the jail phone?
Right. And I'm pretty sure we still have some time left. So, yeah. All right. So, all right. Let's see. Before I don't want to jump straight into trivia. So before we get started, anybody had anything interesting or just very dumb happen, but today or yesterday that's still on you right now that you just want to get out?
It's a great question, because I work with children. So
I'll be on the lookout for Messenger. I'll just type it. Just be on the lookout.
I've got
okay.
I've got a funny thing. So
please share.
I'm scanning photos in for my grandfather, who is nowhere on the internet, so I can say this. And I'm scanning them in, and some of these photos are from the 50s in Iran, and several of them are labeled camel parking.
Oh, camel parking.
Oh.
Camel parking.
Oh.
I stopped thinking about that since I saw them.
I get it.
I can't camel parking. That's odd. That's
interesting or very dumb. So which one between those two choices did you have to happen either today or yesterday?
I watched a kid at the very end of the day today in an attempt to knock a volleyball out of the rafters in gym, throw his crock on top of the bleachers, and I watched it happen from afar. And I watched them line it up, and I said, "Kid, don't do this, please. We got 5 minutes left, and they're not gonna get your shoe down, and you about to go home shoeless." And sure enough, he launches that thing, and it goes pink right on top of the bleachers, and the bleachers were pushed up against the wall. And I walked up to him, and he's going around to the front. He's like, "Man, can you believe what happened? Can you believe what happened? And I walked up to him. I said, nah, I gotta know. What did you expect was gonna happen? Because I saw it from like a mile away what was gonna happen. So you should have known what was gonna happen. And he was like,
Right.
I don't know. And
I
I'm
was
like,
that kid.
I'm like, dude, you
He
going
was
you,
look. He was hopeful. He was very hopeful.
Look, I'll tell you what. I don't know who got his shoe down for him, but it wasn't me. I was out the building.
I don't
What?
blame you.
That
No.
bell had rang.
Whoa.
So that kid, listen, kid, I don't think you watching this because I don't even think you know me over there. So, but if you are, I guarantee you that it'll still be there when you come back.
For the message that Melody
Oh, man.
just made us privy to.
No.
What the fuck? is my only words since I understand
So
the
what did it
moment.
take him
That'll
5
be my
seconds?
only words.
So it take him 5 seconds to cook. Man was like, man, this is the quickest thing I've ever done in my life.
Ever. Ever. the Cardinal. All right.
I'm sorry. That's
So my couple of days today and yesterday, it hasn't been anything terribly dumb. Ignorant, maybe. For one of them, I had to educate a brother on when slavery started. I didn't think I would have to. I also had to tell him what redlining was. And I felt empty inside because I had to tell this to an adult male in America. Yeah. And if we want to add just a little bit more spice on it, he was a melanated gentleman. So that hurt even more.
Failed him.
I told him that, you know what, even if you just wanted to give me from when America was established as America, how long, even then, do you think slavery lasted? And he wasn't even aware of the exact year that America became America. So, so I take that back in hindsight. It was not ignorant. That was dumb. It was dumb. So,
Is he one of those what do you call those folks? Those folks that like deny slavery and everything?
You know what?
We call
He's
those
on that
people
level
stupid.
because his argument.
We call
his
those people
argument
stupid.
That's exactly what they are.
His argument was the bootstraps argument, and that
Can we
and
please
that
with not respectability
What do you mean
politics?
his argument was
Please.
the bootstraps argument? What does that mean?
and
Respectability
and
politics,
that
that's all it is.
and that
Oh, you got to
we-
pull up your book. Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. And that we need to stop complaining because it was so long ago. And yeah. The only reason why I'm not talking about the other one is because it happened last week, but it was that same guy that I told y'all who told me he was a progressive conservative.
Oh, here we go.
Y'all, that's like, okay, let me
Let's do
put
it
this in
again.
terms of let me put this in terms of cooking. That's
Let's do
like
it
me
again.
saying, y'all, I hate chocolate cake, but I love red velvet cake.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's like me saying that.
Don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I have recently become aware of this sect of people that feel as though red velvet and chocolate taste the same. Now listen, I understand.
Red velvet has a small hint of it.
I understand that you can't if you describe to me what red velvet tastes like, I'm not gonna be able to do that, and I understand that. But it ain't chocolate. I don't know where y'all got y'all wires crossed at. I don't know if maybe y'all people just really like putting chocolate in y'all red velvet cake. I don't know if I don't know what's going on, but like no, I disagree. I disagree.
Yeah, that's like me saying that's like, man, go home. But no, go ahead, J.E. Sorry.
Apologies. That one got to me because I had like a little red velvet thing at school the other day, and somebody was like, "What is red velvet?" And I had to sit there, and I went, "I don't know. Do you want the damn thing or not?" Like, I don't know. He's like, "Does it taste like chocolate?" And I'm like, "Who told you that?" And I got like irrationally upset. This kid was like, "I'm just gonna go sit down now." And I said, Don't ask me for food anyway. I don't know why you did that in the first place. I don't know why. I don't know what you would think. Jays, I'm sorry.
I think we lost him for a sec because his camera's off too.
Oh, his camera's off. Hold up. Ooh, shit. Okay, he might have went on the phone to do something real quick.
Oh, that's fine.
Excuse me.
We got to stall in the meantime.
Well, if we want to go back to part of our conversation from before about frat boys in college, I had the great delight
we gotta go there.
I had the great delight of making several of them listen to my rants on Muslim feminist movements.
I love it.
I like to hear it.
Absolutely love it. I absolutely loved it.
Not now. I know, not now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
I know, not now, but yeah.
Just for context for everybody, I've never met anybody who knew what fraternity that I was in. For those of you that don't know, I was in a fraternity, and I don't say it, but I still have all my stuff. Like, I still have my pen, I still have my card. Like,
oh wow,
I still have it. Yeah, it's in my safe. But Melody found out which one it was, and she actually knew people
because that was Lionel again.
Oh God.
Still the same argument. I don't know how he got another phone call, but that might be this last one. So we'll hear from him after the holidays.
Did he just like?
He should have took the chitlins. I'm not moving. Matter of fact, I told him it don't even have to be gourmet. It can be just regular Southern chitlins. And he was like, "Nah,
hold on, Jay. There's a post going around where somebody, I don't know if they were joking around and doing this as a parody, or if they were serious. Somebody said chitlins are $33 now.
Yes, I saw 60 at one place.
Because I asked my mama to make them, and that was her chief complaint, and that they're expensive these days, as once upon a time they weren't. The reason why I think they are expensive now is because of the introduction of quote unquote gourmet chitlins. So they're now a hot commodity again. So yeah. They were losing popularity for like at least 10 or 15 years, but now it's going back up.
We should move on.
Yeah.
So, and with that, we will use that as a perfect segue to trivia.
Yeah,
about that.
It's a good idea.
So I don't have a lot of them, but again, I hope they're interesting. Some of them you're going to notice a trend. For example, let's go ahead and begin with the first one. Wait a minute. Why did you just close on me like that? Who was the only president to be single in the White House?
You should know this one.
Don't start with me.
You should know this one.
Yeah, so Jennifer first.
You should know this one.
I should, but I don't.
I know you don't. And I saw it on your face. You should know this one. I should know it too because I have the book. I still haven't read yet, but I still have the book.
I don't think that's in the book.
I feel like it would be there somewhere.
I don't think it is. All I can come up with is Taft, and I'm 100% certain that's wrong. But I'm gonna go with Taft.
Okay. Taft do have something interesting that happened to him in the White House.
I know he does, and I know that's not the right person I'm supposed to be thinking of.
I know his is with a bathtub.
Yeah.
He had a like custom made bathtub because he's so damn big.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that's him. I'm gonna go. Nixon.
What?
On the thing that maybe he might have started in a but his marriage might have dissolved during all of that stuff, and he did sit the rest of his presidency. So that's where I'm gonna say Nixon.
Okay.
It's funny. I was thinking Nixon, and that's not my answer. I was thinking Nixon, and then I caught myself, and I said I think he was married for a little bit. And then I remember Taft did have some interesting situations, if you will. So, I'm gonna say Taft on this one. It
Okay.
probably was Nixon. It probably was Nixon. Now that I think about it,
James
I don't think so.
Buchanan.
you can. Shit.
Nobody gives a fuck about that dude.
So James Buchanan was actually engaged, right? And they had a fight, and she broke off the engagement. Afterwards, his first lady wasn't somebody he was married to. It was just a ward, basically, who overlooked all the duties of the first lady. Also, we know Buchanan to be the president right before Abraham Lincoln, which leads us right into our second presidential
You knew that
question.
information. I did not. You knew that information. I very much so did not know that information until you said that just now.
I didn't know about the engagement, but like I knew that there was a single president.
Oh
Yes.
no, I'm talking about I didn't
He was
know
on
about I didn't know that Buchanan was before Lincoln. Like right before. I didn't know that.
Yeah. A Democrat leading right on the precipice of
I didn't realize we went to
Civil
such
War.
a shit president to one of the most notable of all time. That's crazy.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Buchanan was shit.
With that though, the next question is also a presidential one. Who was the first president to visit all 50 states?
Oh, I knew this one.
Melody first.
Oh, I knew this one.
This might not be a good guess, but I'm gonna throw it out there. I want to say it was Carter.
That's a really good guess.
I was also leaning towards Carter.
I want to say it's Carter.
So I'm gonna. Okay, so who's going next?
It's you, Sean. It's on you
We
now.
both said Carter.
And we said, so Jen also said Carter.
That's a guess.
And you said the first, right?
Yes, the first.
The first. Okay. So I'm gonna be different, and I'm gonna say Obama.
In the words of the illustrious Lionel, pick another one. I can't let you do yourself.
Oh man, give me Clinton then. Fuck it.
I don't want to stay on this and tell you to pick another one. It was the crook himself, Richard Nixon.
Motherfucker.
See, the reason why I think Carter is a good answer is because Carter seemed like a more diplomatic sort of president. But
also like time frame rise, like we gotta consider that like we didn't have all 50 states.
So when you said 50, that's what really had to make me think like, okay, so we're talking any president after like the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And so changes things a lot, because then you also have to think, well, travel wasn't really amazing during the Cold War because not everybody wanted to go anywhere. So then we had to wait until after the Cold War. So we were running out of options.
Well, and you figure, and my other thought,
we're running out of options.
My other thought is, I think Nixon is the one that went to China. So
yes, he did. He did.
Because you've got the saying, Nixon is the only president that could have gone to China at that time and not be seen as absolute shit because of his politics.
Pretty much.
Which is crazy, but we're not going to get into that.
So the last presidential question is, what president was a licensed bartender?
I'm gonna say Teddy. I'm gonna say that's something that sounds like something Teddy would do. So I'm gonna say Teddy.
I'm gonna say Teddy on the account of his. I think it's Alice Roosevelt. His daughter was a wild child.
I feel confident.
Yes, she was.
I'm very confident with Teddy.
Also with Teddy, if I'm not mistaken, there was rumors about his wife having an affair with Amelia Earhart. So
yes, that is. I don't think that came out until like well after though. I think that was like a later, like a much later thing. Yeah.
The president, however, is Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, I did know that information.
According to Amy Kavanaugh's article in the Chicagoist, The future president, this was an old article, of course, the future president launched a business in New Salem, Illinois. The joint, known as Berry and Lincoln, co-owned by an old militia friend named William F.
Hmm.
So yes, you know what's crazy though? We can only picture Abraham Lincoln with that hat. So we're thinking about going in that bar and you're picturing him with that hat. You're not picturing him any other way. Next question. Which country produces the most tea? Back to
Produces?
Jennifer. Yes, produces the most tea. Back to Jennifer first.
India.
Damn good guess.
I'm gonna
Melody.
I believe it is India. I believe it is.
Okay. Sean.
I'm gonna commit myself to making sure that I don't pick the same answers because again, I won last week, so I'm already kind of at the point where I'm realizing this may not be my week. So I'm just gonna get ahead of that now, and I'm gonna be different, and I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna say China.
I respect that as an answer.
I'm just gonna be that guy and say
China
China.
on this one. I'm gonna switch it.
No, too late. You
I
already
don't-
put your answer in.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll stick with India.
I don't think that's a good idea. I'm a stick China.
All right.
My guess was India. The correct answer is China.
That's why I said it was. That's why I caught myself.
Fuck yeah!
So let me make sure.
Suck it.
Let me make sure I'm keeping tally.
We back on it.
But also, I just want to say something really quickly that I said to Keisha when I was talking about this. China produces the most tea. I wonder what they be talking about.
Shut your ass. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to do it.
You felt the need to walk into that one.
Man.
She told me I was better than that. She told me I was better than that, and I shouldn't have did that.
You are better than that.
Yeah, I'm with Keisha on this one.
You are better than that.
You felt the need to insert a dad joke right there.
I couldn't help myself. I had to do that one. All right. Next one. As soon as the load back up. There we go. What year did MTV launch? Melody, you're first.
Shit. Come back to me.
Okay. Rotate up to Sean.
81.
Okay.
I'm a copy down on that one. 81.
Okay.
It was the early 80s, so I'm gonna say 81 on this one. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, it was the early 80s, but I couldn't pinpoint the year. It was early 80s. So yeah, 81.
Hold on, before you answer, I'm not gonna change my answer, but can I look something up real quick?
Okay.
I'm not gonna look up the exact answer. I'm looking up something very specific.
Okay.
Okay, give me a second.
Can I bring my water?
Why did we do that?
If we had the rights to the Jeopardy music, we would be playing right now. So watching and listening, please imagine the Jeopardy music playing right now.
You can go. They have something marked on here that is on Spotify, January 1st, 1900. So it really threw me off. What I was looking up was what I know to be the first music video to be on MTV, which is Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer.
That is not correct.
Huh?
That is not correct.
The very first music video on MTV?
Not correct.
Are you sure about that?
100%.
Okay. Go for it.
10 points for everybody. The year is 1981. In fact, August 1st of 1981, as soon as August 1st came in at 12 o'clock, the very first thing broadcast was Video Killed the Radio Star by the Bogles. I thought that was fucked up. The very first introduction of music TV and the very first thing you play is the song Video Killed the Radio Star.
Interesting.
Somebody either got a raise or was fired immediately.
I mean,
So
that's fucking true. Fucking
it
true.
really is.
They had to
It really
switch the entire format of radio to be able to keep up.
That's it.
Realistically,
That's it. Next one is a favorite of this time of year. When was Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas released? First person, Sean.
you know damn well I don't know this information. Um, 2001.
Okay.
I don't know.
Since Melody is excited,
I
Jennifer.
don't know.
I'm gonna go 96 just cause.
Okay. And Melody.
94.
Are you serious?
94.
And that's why she was excited, because that is the right answer.
Holy shit.
1994.
I knew I couldn't have been far off.
Wasn't
I
far
was
off at all.
born in 94.
I was born in 96, which is why I said it.
Which was a really good guess.
That's
And-
crazy. I did not know that. That is interesting information.
Did
What
you say
happened is-
2021 or 2001?
I said 2001.
Oh, no, 94.
Yeah, what happened with that is when the
Wow.
song was originally when it was originally released, it was number 12 on the charts.
Hmm.
However, since then, it is the only holiday song to go diamond. It is
Sure is.
for ringtones. Outside of ringtones, it has gone double platinum. Also, she didn't even want to record the song nor the album, because
she
during the 90s, doing a Christmas album was for older artists and quote unquote has-beens. She didn't want to do that.
See, the reason I knew it had to be before the 2000s is because every time you see there's those video charts that go around where they show the #1 most streamed song,
Yeah.
and you can see Mariah jump all the way up at December.
Now, for this
no doubt
next
about it.
one, I don't expect y'all to get the right year, but if you can give me the decade, we'll take that. So what year or decade was the first Batman comic book published? Melody first.
Wasn't it the 60s?
Is
I
that your
want to say
final
the
answer?
60s. I don't think that's. I don't. I'm gonna say the 60s. I might be wrong.
You said the
Okay.
comic, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Jennifer.
I'm gonna go with the 40s.
40s. Okay. Sean.
My gut's telling me 40, so I'm gonna stick 40s.
It probably was
All
the
right.
40s. Now that I think about it, it's all good.
The answer is 1939.
Damn it! I should have kept it.
Oh, y'all were close. Y'all were close.
I knew it.
Y'all. Oh,
The character created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane first appeared in Detective Comics number 27. That comic book is now worth $1.5 million.
Oh my god! I cannot believe
I could buy a house with that
literally,
comic.
I legitimately was going to say the 30s because Batman is my favorite shit. So I knew that information. I
I had
knew
to
that
think
information.
about it because when Jen said 40s, that's when it hit me. I said it was the 40s.
Well, because Superman was the 20s.
Yes.
So
I
I,
was
so
gonna
I,
You're right.
so I knew
I think
that
you're right
one.
on that.
And I knew
Okay.
that Superman came first.
Mhm.
And I knew that, but I still knew it was early, and that Batman wasn't like Batman until like later because it started with Detective Comics.
Right.
God damn
Right.
it! I should have said 30s. I'm so
And the
mad.
first appearance, and you're right, the first
I'm
appearance in the
so
Detective
mad
Comics
at myself.
was number 27. So it took us a while. It took us 26 issues to get introduced to the Batman.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. Who's the first Disney princess? Jennifer first.
Snow White.
Okay. Sure.
Aurora.
Having a Disney fanatic sitting behind me, when I first asked this question, before I can get to the end of it earlier, she had an answer, and I was defeated.
What's your answer, Melody? You're the only one left.
Snow White.
Wait, what was Sean's answer?
Aurora.
Sleeping Beauty. I said Snow White, but Aurora is Sleeping Beauty.
Jennifer and Melody is right.
Snow White.
Yes.
I know my Disney princess.
1937. 1937 was the introduction of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I so miss hand-drawn cartoons. Just for
Saying that specifically makes me want to look back and see what it is that you're talking about specifically. To say that you miss it on that level, yeah, I
Sleeping
want
Beauty
to go
is
back and pay attention to the details.
Oh yeah, Sleeping Beauty is beautiful. Like the detail, like the details and everything. And Sleeping Beauty came out in the 60s, was it?
I was gonna say, but there's pictures of
the
the
60s,
voice
yeah.
actors doing spins in a similar dress that they used to draw.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there is.
that's awesome. Before we get to the next question, which is also a decent question, for those of you gamers who may be watching or listening, if you remember playing Lion King, the Disney's Lion King for Sega Genesis, there may be a support group out there for you because you deserve it.
Man, I ain't heard that.
The reason why I'm saying that is for those of you who are unfamiliar, when you were playing Lion King back in the day, and if you played the version from back in the day today, no matter how far you get in the game, if you lose, you go all the way back to the beginning. There are no checkpoints.
Old games were very much so like that. It wasn't until here's a nice little interesting trivia thing. So it wasn't until they made it to it wasn't until like slightly after they put out the first Atari that like they started instituting like passwords and stuff.
Right.
It was like at first you just use that to keep the game on if you didn't want to. That was just that.
So for you young privileged gamers, if you didn't have a memory card back in the day, you just had to figure it out.
I like playing the old Castlevania games.
Oh yes.
And they don't have checkpoints.
They don't have checkpoints. It's not until like Castlevania like 2 or 3 that they start instituting like the passwords and stuff. And even then the passwords aren't even, if I remember properly, the passwords aren't even like given to you. You kind of have to like figure it out. Like it's just a stupid such a stupid concept.
I downloaded a pack of them for my Switch because I love Castlevania.
Yeah.
Right. So in 2009 or 2010, I played God of War for the first time. The first God of War. I had a homie by the name of Big Cuz. What's up, big bro? He left his God of War at my parents' crib. I don't know why he left it or how he left it, but I noticed after getting really deep in the game and getting sleepy, I had no memory card. So I paused the game, slept for about 4, maybe 6 hours, and woke back up and continued because I was
shit
not
on all night.
I don't blame you.
Let that shit on all night.
No, and
I don't blame you.
It was very worth it. What an amazing franchise God of War is.
And y'all also got to understand, for those of you that don't realize, like, I know the newer consoles kind of run like jet engines when you don't take care of them.
Yeah.
Well, these older consoles, they all ran like jet engines, whether you took care of them or not. So that old PlayStation.
Oh, yo, my PlayStation 4 is crying when it has to do the big shit. And I can hear it. The only thing I can say is, I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Just give me about another hour, man. I'll give you a rest. Just give me about another hour. All right. Next question. Which city is 101 Dalmatians set in? Sean first.
Hey, time to think. Oh God. And for the record, so you don't think I'm cheating, you can see what I'm doing. I'm playing Pokemon. See, there's Pokemon. There's Pokemon, so I'm not cheating.
Hold on, I'm looking at his glasses to make sure.
It's Pokemon.
I believe you. I
Hard to
believe
cheat
you.
when you-
I got
You see there's a Poke Center. You know that roof. It's a Poke Center. Harris.
Okay.
Harris.
Melody.
I'm gonna say Paris, and I'm looking back from the cartoons as a kid. I believe it was Paris.
Okay. Jennifer.
If I get this right, bro.
Let's go with Paris.
I'm a flip.
I've seen this movie like once.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I just remember the parents did not have, and when I say the parents, I mean the adults, or the humans. They didn't have American accents.
Okay, so before I get to the answer, there's a show by the name of Once Upon a Time. It's Keisha's favorite show. And I watched the show with her a few times. It is an amazing show because it takes you through a background of some of the characters that you never imagined what their backstories are. A lot of the villains in there have reasons for being villains.
A lot of the
Cruella
villains
de
are
Vil?
also multiple different characters in stories, which is
Yes. Yes, Peter Pan is the worst.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. Kidnapping fairy. What the hell?
But there was an explanation as to why he was the way he was.
He caged up another fairy.
Cruella de Vil was evil for evil's sakes. She has no comeuppance bad story she fell down the stairs because a dog ran by her or something. No,
she was just a greedy person.
She's just a raging bitch.
Greedy.
Yeah.
No reason. Just these dogs get money. I want the money.
It was set in London.
Oh, fuck! That's the one I wanted. I didn't want Paris. I knew Paris was right.
Damn, it was.
Oh, I'm getting so close every fucking time.
Because I remember when watching the cartoons. Now I remember when watching the cartoons as a kid, they had British accents. Shit.
I knew they had British accents. I just couldn't figure out where.
Also, quickly, how did that? I can't believe I'm forgetting her name because I enjoy her work. How did she perform in that movie, Cruella? What is her name? I keep forgetting her name. She's also in the movie. Emma Stone, yeah. How did because I've only heard great things about the movie.
I haven't seen the new movie.
I haven't seen it either. But I've heard a lot of great reviews on it. I've heard a lot of great ones.
So many great reviews. I haven't heard anything negative.
I didn't really hear anything. So
and look,
check it out.
I don't know.
Also from the trailers, from the pictures, it looks like she did really well. And seeing somebody like her play a villain, which she hadn't played up to that point, that's what I was really interested in. And so now that I'm thinking about it, I definitely want to go watch. Next question, we're going to move into animals. How many legs does a lobster have? Melody.
Oh, shit. 12?
12, okay. Jennifer.
16. I'm fine.
Okay. Sean.
6, final answer.
I like that it's all even numbers. But the answer is 10.
When they have an odd number.
The answer is what?
What?
10.
Oh,
I was close.
I thought you said some kind of odd number.
All of y'all were basically in the range.
How? How? They have 10, really? I thought they were going to be considered some kind of water spider or some shit. That's what I thought this was going to.
Now y'all got me craving a seafood boil. Damn it!
Look, Melody. See, we are right here Because when I told this one that, yes, yes. Also, I also told her about this dude that I seen. I forgot. I think it was on Facebook for a Christmas gift one year. He gave his favorite cousin a gift card for like 3 months worth of seafood boils. 3 months.
Wow.
Best
Wow.
cousin in the world. Because it was his favorite cousin. And he know what his favorite cousin like.
Seafood. Hey, good for him.
I'm still pissed. Y'all got me wanting a seafood boil and Thanksgiving around the corner.
I
Damn
just
it.
look. I know.
Right,
I'm
right,
gonna say. I know Thanksgiving's around the corner, and I know the holidays are coming up. Let me explain to everybody who watches this that knows me. You will be getting no
Please do.
gift. You will be getting no gift that's like that.
Shit.
'Cause
Look,
if you think I have the
just
money
moved and started
to
a
have
new
a
job, y'all
seafood
motherfuckers
boil,
ain't getting shit.
look,
Hey, look, so there's a podcast from two dudes in the UK. It's two black dudes, two brothers. I forget the name of it. But there's this running joke that one of them has like this playful crush on the other one, and he knows it, but he just keep fucking with him about it. So he asked him for like what would he get him as a Christmas gift, and he was like, since I know you like to eat, I will get you a gift for a trip around America, visiting all the food trucks. And of course, since it's
oh my
in the
God.
winter, it'll be cold. So we would do it like in the spring or something, spring or summer like that.
Dang,
That sounds
He was,
awesome.
he
that
was like,
sounds
"Are you?"
real nice.
wow,
He
amazing.
was, he was like, "Are you trying to get sucked?"
Yeah, like I mean, like, are we trying to get married? Like, what we doing here, bro? Like, what? I mean, get sucked is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna
The
lie, that's a
message.
pretty crazy
Oh,
statement. But
yo, Sean, trust me. If you see these dudes, that ain't the wildest thing they've said.
oh, wait, are you talking about the two young dudes that like sit
They might be.
like
One of them
like
is dark skinned, the other one is light skinned.
and they have like real heavy like British accents?
Really heavy.
I think I know what you're talking about. They go through and they
Yeah.
read like things that
Yes,
people give
yes,
them
yes,
about their
Yes.
relationships and stuff like that.
Those dudes are hilarious.
I think they're funny too.
Hilarious.
There've been a
I've
couple
heard
of
of them.
things
I'll
that they've
have to look
said.
at some of this stuff.
There's been a couple things that they said that I'm like, you just like every other like podcast out there. But
Every
no,
once
these
in a while,
dudes,
yes.
every once in a while. But I think
Yeah.
recently I've been seeing more like the actual like decent stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but they're funny. Yeah, they come up on my social media all the time.
Oh yeah. The next one, and I laugh at
Can
it
we get a score
because
check? Because by my calculations, we're all tied, if I'm not mistaken.
not quite.
My point's probably low.
Sean is at 20.
Uh-huh.
Melody is at 30.
Oh.
Jennifer is at 20.
Okay.
Shit.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Gotcha.
So it's pretty good race. This one, it's crazy. Every time I see it, I laugh a little bit. Which animal breathes through its butt?
Excuse me.
Oh, I should know.
Why?
Sean first.
Fuck, I don't know. What? An anteater? I don't know. I don't know. An anteater? That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay. Melody.
What the hell?
Go to Jen. I'm still trying to figure this out.
I've never been told this fact before. This is
I
a new one.
have, which is frustrating because I can't remember. Is it a starfish?
Is that your final answer?
Well, he can't tell you at this current moment.
Okay, so Melody.
Can
Turtle.
I change?
How would I know?
Can I
I don't
change
know.
my answer to starfish?
Okay, wait, Melody, what was yours?
Turtle. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
The
changing it.
answer.
Wait, can I change mine to starfish? Is that possible?
I'll give you that. I give you that exception. I'll give you that exception.
Okay.
The answer is the one that wins the race, the turtle.
Really?
What? Melody be coming up with these like off the wall answers and be getting this shit right.
It is the turtle.
Back to the big toe. What the
Like
fuck?
turtle just randomly came to my mind. So I was like, wait, what? I remember that bit when I said the big toe, and all of us are thrown off. Like, wait, what?
Hey, good shit.
I
Good
was
shit.
like, wait, what?
We only got a few left. So the next one.
That's dope.
What is the best-selling video game franchise?
Oh,
Jennifer first.
Oh, yeah. You had me for a second. You had me for a second. Oh.
I'm gonna go with the Mario franchise.
Oh.
Okay. Melody.
I'm gonna say the Mario franchise as well.
Okay, and Sean.
Oh, I think it's more modern because I think it's a recent thing. I'm gonna go. This is a stretch. I'm gonna go the Halo franchise. I don't think that's right though.
I like that.
And if it's the one that I was gonna say, I swear to God, I'm gonna this podcast is gonna be over because I'm gonna flip the podcast.
Just for shits and giggles, what was the one you was about to say?
The Call of Duty franchise.
Not a good guess.
Okay, so at least it's not right.
The answer is Mario.
Damn.
You know what's funny?
Damn.
I said I strongly agree with Mario, and then in the back of my mind, I said to myself, I wonder if it's Call of Duty as well.
I wouldn't have been surprised if it was.
I think the reason why it ends up being Mario is because like there's so many games, like pretty much almost any game that has Mario in it that Nintendo has made is a Mario game.
Yes.
And so every single one, like Smash is technically considered, I think, a Mario game by those metrics.
Yes.
Like, and so because of that, like I think that's why I should have just.
Well, and then you get like Mario Party, which is just huge among friend groups as well.
Oh yeah.
And there's like
12 and then Mario Kart's been
there's like 12 of those too.
Right. I'm gonna say, the voice actor who voiced Mario, he just recently went to retirement.
Yeah.
Wait. Not only that, is he still alive? I thought he was.
Yeah, he's still alive.
No, he's still alive. The one that died was oh God. Who died recently?
Now you got me looking it up. Hold on.
It was
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Oh God.
Give me a sec. No.
Who was it?
Okay, the voice actor of Mario passed away in the early 90s. I hope go away, stupid ad. Okay. Prolific actor Walker Boone. Did I say his name right?
Maybe.
I have no idea.
What did he voice though?
Okay, hold on. I'm looking at this article. It says Charles y'all forgive me if I'm saying the last name wrong. I think it's Martinet has been the voice of Mario for quite some time now, but he's not only the voice actor to bring the famous character to life. In the early 90s, Mario was voiced by Walker Boone, who would provide his vocal talents to both the Adventures of Mario, the Adventures of Super Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario World cartoon shows from 1990 and 1991, respectively. Sadly, Boone, whose real name was Theodore Nikolov, passed away at the end of January of this year, but his death had largely gone unnoticed until that time. So yeah, that was him.
It must have been a TV show because another like OG character person died recently. I saw it, or maybe it's just that and I'm just seeing it now. I don't know, but yeah, damn.
But yeah, the guy that that's been voicing Mario for years, he went into retirement because, correct me if I'm wrong, I've heard some rumors say that he was beginning to lose his voice.
Oh, okay.
That's
what I heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
No, I think that's what I heard too. Is that
all I know
losing his voice
is being that the character wasn't made by Americans. It wasn't made in America. But you make two characters who are Italian brothers who are plumbers who have to save a princess from a turtle. My only question is, what was the drug of choice? Because
One weed, I'll tell you that.
No, look, if you look at a
One
lot
weed.
of Nintendo's early creations, they were doing something because
they were wild.
they were doing some shit. Because I tell you what, some of that shit was crazy.
They were having
All
it.
right. The next question is a three-parter, but we're going to start with the first one. When did Facebook first launch? Melody.
That fucking movie.
2005, I want to say.
Okay. Sean.
Uh,
Hmm.
'98.
Okay. Why, Jennifer? You didn't have to look like that. What year?
2008.
2008.
Can I change my answer?
No.
Okay.
Because I
Okay.
seen you. Because nah. You know what? I'm kidding. Because I did give an exception earlier. What would be your change?
I got ahead of myself. I'll say with 2005. I got ahead of myself.
Are you sure?
Can I tell her something that might make her change her answer?
Sure.
Because
2005 was Twitter.
I'm gonna change my answer to 2004.
Okay. All right. Facebook first launched for students only in 2004.
I was right. Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
That's why I caught myself.
Damn. I had
Second
to.
part of that question was, what was Facebook first name? Jennifer.
Friend book? I don't know.
Sean.
I'm gonna say, I don't know why this is sticking in my head. I'm gonna say the college page. I don't know why that's what's sticking in my head.
Yo, okay, look, let's stop right there real quick. One of,
Don't know why.
well, not just one. I met at least 4 different women on a social media app in college called College Love. And there's no I and there was like 4 or 5 different variations of it. That saying that name just really brought that back out. That's crazy. Melody.
Oof. I do remember Facebook in its early days was for college students, and you had to be invited. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. They have like a student email.
It was also in
yeah,
the movie.
you had to have a student email. It's probably wrong. I'm gonna say friend book. The fuck I know. I don't know.
That might actually be right.
Facebook's first official name, because there was a name before that either, too. It was called The Facebook.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And I remember that from the movie.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes, because rumor has it, although the movie says it, the person who convinced Mark to take the off Facebook was the person who created Napster.
Yeah, Sean Parker.
Yes.
It was a much better, I mean, as that movie said, but also as we went on to know, was a much better marketer than he was coder. He could market the hell out of something.
Excellent point.
Zuckerberg couldn't.
Superior point.
But he could code the hell out of something, though.
Last question, also pertaining to Facebook. Before it became the social media app that it was, this one is not a one-word answer. You would need to describe it just a little bit. What was its format? Sean.
Oh, it was like a forum page. So it was like you would like post something, and then kind of in the same way that it is currently, but like instead of having like a wall, it was like a forum page. So you would go in and you would type in certain things and you could join in those specific conversations.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take forum page for the 300J.
Jennifer.
I was also gonna go with forum just because that's what a lot of pages were at the time.
Okay. And Melody.
Yeah, definitely a forum.
Okay. Facebook's first format was much like Tinder, in that you was either
Excuse me?
swiping left or right to decide who was hotter. They would take different.
He's right. I remember this from the movie.
They would take different students around the dorms, put their picture up, and
No.
you voted on who was hotter.
How
Mark
did I get
Zuckerberg
this
was doing that.
wrong?
Saw the
Mark
movie. And you're getting
Zuckerberg
these
was doing
things.
that right
I
after
love
he
the
got his
movie.
feelings hurt.
I love the movie. I remember as soon as you said it, I remember that scene. I remember that fucking scene. Ah,
Yes. So we can credit Mark Zuckerberg with the initial idea of something like Tinder.
I'm fucking dying today, bro.
Zuckerberg was shit.
I'm fucking dying
Somebody
today,
says
man.
Zuckerberg looks like he got bit by a zombie and won't tell anybody. I bust the fuck out laughing when I saw it.
Look, when
He
people
looks like an android.
Look, I'll tell you this: when people talk about cloning, most of the time I say, "Okay, you
Yes.
fucking crazy."
Until you
Zuckerberg
look
is the
at him.
only one they bring out that I'm like, okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
maybe, maybe,
All right.
because
We got three left. What is the highest grossing R-rated film in North America? Jennifer.
Deadpool?
The highest grossing R-rated film in North America.
Is it I think it's the first Deadpool movie.
Okay.
Because I know that has a higher rating than most Marvel movies.
I remember parents
Melody.
I'm not much of a horror film or fan or rated R fan. Well, depending on what the movie is. But anyway, y'all are probably gonna laugh at my answer because I legit don't know. I don't know. The Exorcist. Shit, if I know. I don't know.
Okay.
Y'all
Sure.
can laugh.
Did you say horror? I only heard.
She said, "Huh?"
No, Jay. Was the question about a horror movie or was it just R-rated?
No, just a movie.
Okay, cool.
Just R-rated.
R-rated.
Okay, cool. I thought I missed something.
I'm probably wrong, but
I'm trying to think back to that list that I had in front of me that was the highest grossing movies, and I'm trying to see which one of those were R-rated. God, my memory is shit. That's one thing you ain't got to worry about me. If you put an answer in front of me, I will not remember it. So I'm gonna say, fuck it. I'm gonna go with Deadpool. I know. I'm gonna go with Deadpool.
it probably is. It probably is.
Okay. To add a little theater to this, we're gonna go through the top 20 from 20 up to 1. Number 20, Bad Boys for Life. 19, Wedding Crashers. 18, 300. 17, It, Chapter 2. 16, A Star is Born. 15,
A Star is Born was R-rated?
Yes. 15, Saving Private Ryan. 14, Ted.
They show that movie in schools.
They did.
What?
13,
Wait, did they show it on like the Disney Channel? What?
You know what? You know what?
Wait.
I want you to revel in the laughter that you have right now because it's going to get funnier. 13, Logan. 12, check this out.
Yeah.
The Exorcist.
Oh, okay.
I knew mine
number
was
12.
wrong. I knew it was wrong.
It's the highest one
11.
so far.
11, Beverly Hills Cop, one of my favorite movies.
Huh.
Number
Yeah,
10,
they're
Hangover
R-rated.
Part 2.
Definitely R-rated.
What's funny is number 9 is The Hangover.
Yeah.
Number 8, The Matrix Reloaded.
R-rated.
Yes. Number 7, Deadpool 2.
2. Oof.
This one is really high for how recent it came out. Number 6, Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Oppenheimer gross like a motherfucker.
I believe it.
Oppenheimer gross like a motherfucker.
Number 5, It. Number 4, deservingly so, but surprising, Joker.
Okay.
Number
So,
3
understandable.
is controversial, American Sniper.
It's not
Seen that one.
controversial is why it's rated R.
Yeah.
And it was like the only movie out during that time that was being talked about. So
You know what?
I was gonna say I
Excellent
saw
point.
that when it came out.
and also I
Excellent
will
point.
say really good movie,
Really?
but
Yes,
not
I haven't
oh
seen
my
it.
god.
I've
It's a
only
really
read the
good
reviews.
It
Only
is
read the reviews.
I think it is the best anti-war
And
movie I've ever seen.
I
But
was
that's
read
that's the
I read
key.
the reviews and I read the plot, but I haven't seen the actual movie.
It's a really well-made movie.
No, it's really good. It is a great anti-war movie.
Yes.
But if
I
you
like
go
this.
to that,
I like this review.
if you go to that and you walk out of that being like, "Oh, America's the greatest country," you miss the whole fucking point of the movie.
See, and there it is.
You miss the whole
There it is right
point
there.
of the movie
Check it out.
because that
There
movie
it
was
is right there.
sad.
Oh yeah,
That
no,
movie is depressing.
that movie
That
will fuck
movie-
you up. Do not watch it if you are not in a good place.
You should not be walking
Yeah,
out of
take
that
your word
going,
for it.
"America is the greatest country." You should be walking out of that going, "It is more important
Shit.
than ever for us to get veterans like benefits for our veterans," because oh my god,
From reading the plot, yes, I love.
oh my god, the scene
Yes.
where he's about to kill the fucking dog
Mhm.
shakes you.
If we were
Yeah.
to launch into a conversation
Whew.
about what our military experience, like our military personnel experience, it'd be a really dark, sad conversation.
Oh yeah.
And you know what's crazy? The bulk of the conversation wouldn't be so much dark and sad from what they did, but what they came back to and
Mhm.
how they was treated once they got back here.
Yeah.
And that's from every single war, but the one that seems to affect the most soldiers apparently, and please don't take it as me comparing them, Vietnam.
Vietnam,
My
absolutely.
grandfather will not talk about Vietnam to this day.
It's
yeah.
not even a contest.
There are so many. You saying that, Jen, I promise you I got chills. I'm not even shitting you. There are so many. I have met at least like 6, maybe 7 different men who served in Vietnam who plainly refuse to talk about it.
My mom. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jen. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was gonna say when we get him to talk about it, we start writing it down because he's not gonna talk about it again, and it is
Oh
not.
wow.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a collection. Between my mom and I have a collection of stories of my grandfather's time in the military because we know he.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
My
my
mom is a chaplain educator for the VA in Tuscaloosa, and it takes my mom to say it, and my mom would say, "Yeah, Vietnam did a number on them," because even when she talks to the vets, like even when she talks to the vets that went to Vietnam, like Jennifer said with her grandfather, either they just don't talk about it, or if they do, it's just traumatic.
Because I mean the way not just how a bunch of them were thrust into the war in a situation in a time where the country was far more against war than it even is now. Like it is the soundtrack of Vietnam, the music that was made during that time is still like probably the best music made in like our time because of how strong it was in its messaging and being a part of the pushback. That war, I don't think there can be enough said about it in terms of covering it and how we got into it, how we shouldn't have been got all of that. So Yeah. All right.
I think the other thing that we need to keep in mind as well when it comes down to it from like a history perspective, not only was it the first time that people were against war to the point like that it was, but it didn't start out that way. It started out that people were all for it. It wasn't until later on when they started putting it on TV that they were like, "Oh,
you know what?
this isn't what we thought it was."
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah,
is
that's
when
what
it really started.
I ain't gonna even lie. I did not know that. I thought the masses were against it from the beginning, but that makes more sense because at that point, then you would be kind of used to the ideal of war, and you're like, oh yeah, war, whatever, cool, we're America. But
So
then
what
you
we
see some of the shit, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So one
That's
thing that I
exactly
like to
what-
point out about history that I talk to people about being a history teacher, we can only go off of what we are given, right?
Yes.
So we also have to keep in mind that like there's a good chance that most Americans were against war during all of those times. I'd say the only time that like America truly was not against war, like in the 1900s, was the war right before the 1900 Spanish American War. We were all for that one. We were ready to go.
We said fuck
Oh,
that.
yeah.
They put the Zimmerman telegraph in there, and that was it. Everybody was good to go.
I believe
But like World War One, World War Two, I think there were a lot of like strife against going to war. But Vietnam is what brought everybody together. Because when they put all of that on TV, they expected the masses to go, "Oh, we need to be over there." But what happened was that it really got everybody to see, "Oh, wait, there's other people around me that feel the same. Let's get together."
And
so I don't know if saying that it's the first, but it's the first time they were united in that cause. It was the first time we realized how widespread it was. It's kind of like the history of like civil rights. Like, they didn't wake up in the 60s and go, "All right, time to fight." Like a lot of people were already talking about that, but the 60s came around and that was when it got united in the cause.
And then some of the atrocities in Vietnam were particularly bad.
Oh, yeah. Because also you have to consider what the Vietnamese people talk about from that time as well, and some of the things that were like committed against them just from our personnel on just regular civilians. Yeah. So, I just say this before I move on. I just appreciate finally being able to converse on things like this with intelligent people. Look, TikTok lives are a cesspool sometimes. So number 2, Deadpool.
The first one?
Number 2.
Deadpool is number 2. Number 1, the early 2000s film that was seen in churches around the country.
Oh God!
Passion of the Christ.
Oh my God!
I forgot Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the Christ is one of those things that I put I took it and I put it so far way in the back of my mind. I shut the closet door and I locked it.
But the history of the Passion of the Christ.
You know what, Melody? I'm glad you're here for this point. Where the church that you were in during that time, did your church show that movie?
My church did not, but I do remember one of the local churches that I grew up in when I was living in Lansing. They showed it. I didn't want to go. My sister didn't want to go because we were just teens. We wanted to do their own, just do our own thing. But I'll never forget this. I think, I think he did say this. My history teacher, my senior year, he said, I remember him saying this. He said, "I'm not too big of the movies that." I hope I don't get the names mixed up. Is it Mel Gibson?
Yes.
Okay. He said, I remember my history teacher, my senior year of high school. He said, "I'm not really too much of a fan of Mel Gibson because he said majority of the movies that he does or whichever ones he's directing or whatnot can just be so gory." And I thought
Apocalypto was like that too.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I don't want to give Mel Gibson credit for any fucking thing. He's he's great, however, in the Lethal Weapon movies. Riggs was an amazing character, even though Murtaugh was better because of the comedic things. And Apocalypto is an amazing movie that I can't believe somebody like him made. It's for that movie to be that great and not be in English. And so many people in whom and you know what, I'm usually kind of judicious with this. A movie that a lot of people in whom I know are dumb love that movie. If they love that movie and other people who are not dumb love that movie, then you did an amazing job. I just hate to give you the credit. I wish I can give it to somebody else.
I showed oh God. I showed the scene for Braveheart because I was
Another good one.
doing a I actually want to talk about that in a minute. But I was doing a lesson on Alexander the Great, his speech at Opus, where he put down the mutiny.
He's Macedonian.
By being the most petty person in the world. I just want to throw that out there. If y'all haven't read this speech, I'm gonna sum it up for you.
Incredibly petty.
This man essentially goes, "Oh, you want to leave me after everything my father did for you?
Oh yeah.
After all the wins that I've had.
Watch this.
And on top of that,
oh yeah.
You're gonna at the end, he goes on this like rant where he just starts listing all of his accomplishments. And he goes, make sure when you get home, when you turn around and leave me, that when you get home, you tell them that you turned your back on me, motherfuckers. Bye. His last words are depart. He literally tells them, you know what? You want to leave? Bye.
So let me ask you. So let me ask you, Alexander the Great. Let me see which one is more petty in terms of telling the people when they left them that you fucked up. Alexander the Great or King George when America was being made?
Alexander the Great, because King George stood by what he said. He said, I'll tell you what, y'all go over there and y'all do what y'all need to do. And we gonna see. Y'all want to go live y'all lives over there?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 10 years.
I mean, you look, you ain't gonna have it better than me, baby. I'm just telling you.
You gonna pay me, motherfuckers. You gonna pay me. You said you gonna pay me. Whereas Alexander the Great, the reason why I call it petty, because historians are like, this is the greatest speech in the history of the world.
Yeah, they say, I hear that.
It's petty. That's what it is. It ain't the greatest. It's petty. It is petty. In the beginning of the speech, he goes, we took y'all out of the mountains after y'all were getting y'all asses beat by them barbarians. We took y'all out of the mountains, took all them hides and gave you more sheep. He literally said y'all had hides and few sheeps. And we put y'all as like city like owners. And then he even goes later on and he goes, I've paid off a bunch of your gambling debts. Now, I don't ask why you have gambling debts, but I just pay it when I can. I'm like, this is crazy. This man's going on. He got mad.
So before I have to switch mics, let me go quickly to the next one. Who won the first season of American Idol? Sean first.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh no.
Can I go after Sean?
No.
You can do this.
Skip me.
All right. Melody.
I don't know if this is the first one, but I'm gonna throw it out there. Was it Ruben Studdard?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Jennifer.
I'm gonna guess Kelly Clarkson just because I don't fucking know.
Okay. Back to Sean.
See, Ruben is what came into my head. Because I remember watching that season and I remember being like, it should have been Clay Aiken. Now, looking back on it, very wrong. Very wrong. However, I remember that, but I don't think that was the first season. So I'm going to say no. I'm gonna go Ruben because I can't remember who the winner was for the first season.
All right, 1 second. Okay, ruminate on the answers real quick. Give me 1 second. I got y'all answers though. 1 second.
He said ruminate. Ruminate on the answers. So I'm playing the third gen of Pokemon right now.
Yeah.
And I have a Trico and
I
a
had
Beautifly.
to
And
change
I don't know
mics. Well,
what
I'm about
else.
to change mic in a moment. Ruben Stutter, I remember that one. The reason why is being in Alabama, I remember somebody tried to get him to sell, well, push their clothing line, Flavor 205. I never forget that. The correct answer is Kelly Clarkson.
Okay,
So what's Kelly? I remember because I was like, they weren't the first, but I couldn't remember who was the first.
I remember Ruben, Fantasia.
See, Fantasia was that's the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah. I remember those three.
I think Fantasia was the
She had to have
season
been
with
the season after.
Yeah, she was the
She had to
season
have
with
been right
Jennifer
after.
Hudson.
Okay. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. I remember. Yes, she was.
She was the one with Jennifer Hudson, and people was like, "Yo, whoever you pick, just go with it." But I remember Fantasia not making it, and I remember people being pissed. But then the next week came and say, "Oh yeah, we still got Jennifer Hudson." So yeah, I remember that. Alabama has 2 wins, by the way, in American Idol. Do anybody know who the second one is?
No.
Taylor Hicks.
Oh, that's Hicks. I thought it was Mississippi.
Nah, Alabama. Give me 1 second. Things are about to change.
So I decided who I want my third Pokemon to be. I'm gonna go get a Slacker. But I can't do that quite yet because I don't have. Well, I can't use Cut yet because I got to get in that woods area. Because this was the game where you could only get certain Pokemon in certain areas of the same area, which I always hated when they did that. So you could be in the same like woods area, but unless you're in a certain part of that woods area, you're not going to find that Pokemon. I hate that shit.
All right, just to show y'all what happened.
This gym real quick.
So my splitter hasn't arrived yet, and I need a splitter for this reason. This mic is really cool, by the way. And I have it plugged into my phone rather than my laptop because I don't trust my laptop yet. I also got to wait for my pop filter to come in. But with this mic, the cord can plug either into your laptop or your phone.
That's nice.
My splitter, it's pretty cool. My splitter hasn't arrived where I can, plug my splitter into it and plug the mic in as well as the charging port. And my phone died much sooner than I expected. That's all good though, because in a couple months I have my Note 20. So
it's funny that you said. It's funny that you said that because I called Verizon and I told them, I said, "Hey y'all, I'm gonna be a little late paying the bill, but I'm gonna pay it." And they told me, they say, "Yeah, your phone will be paid off next month." They said, "Do you want to trade in for one of the new ones?" And I said, I can't afford that right now, so let me get some things and then we can talk about trading it in. Other than that, I just moved and I just started this new job. Ain't nothing in the budget right now.
So before we go to the last question, quickly about that, I want to tell people what I do when it comes to phones. When the phone comes out, I like it. I do all my research. I wait until the phone is at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years old. Then I go to eBay and I buy it refurbished. So that is what's going to happen with that Note 20 because I do love the Note 20. And Melody, you are experienced with that one, right? The Note 20?
Yes, I have a Note 20. Yep.
Amazing phone. Love it.
Yes, it is.
Last question, and this one is on purpose because of where we are in the year. Which states consumes the most turkeys on Thanksgiving Day? Melody first.
States. Did you say states with an S?
No. State.
Consumes the most turkey
Yes.
in a year
On Thanksgiving Day.
on Thanksgiving Day.
Yes.
Come back to me. I got to think about it.
Okay. Jennifer.
Texas.
Damn good guess. I like Texas too. Sean.
Texas.
Okay. And Melody.
Florida. I don't know. It probably is Texas.
When I first seen this question, I thought it was going to be unequivocally a state in the South. It is California.
Damn it.
Really?
California.
California. Right. I thought about it too, Sean. I see we right here. Right. That, ladies and gentlemen, is trivia for the week. In terms of the winners with the point totals, that doesn't matter. We have Sean.
Yeah, I got my ass whooped. I got like one good question, and after that, I just fucking.
We have Sean at 20.
Yeah.
We have Jen at 40. And we have Melody at 60.
Hell yeah.
Declare this week's winner.
Hell yeah.
All around for the celebration of nothing.
Woo!
Yay.
And the thing that I get way too hype over. I get way too hype over that shit too. It's all good. It's all good.
Suck it.
There you go. Look, you earned that one.
One for last week.
I'm gonna give you. Look, I'm gonna give you a pass on that one. But if you do that again, we're gonna be real competitive next week. I'm just letting you know. You get your one. You won. I'll give you one.
I'm good.
Yeah. So before we move on, because I'm gonna try to make my 2 minute swag quick this week, especially since I wasn't here last week. I've seen an article in the New York Times that I thought was interesting, and it was research reveals who's likely to cheat on their partners according to their occupation. Can anybody guess what at least one of the top 3 occupations would be?
I'm gonna go with dentist.
Doctor.
Police officer.
Please don't say forklift.
Please tell me we got all 3. Please tell me we got the top 3.
Please don't tell me forklift.
They broke it down. They broke it down between women and men. Professions of women most likely to cheat: medical assistants, nurses.
At number 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Second one, and this is weird: unemployed. What the hell? That's weird.
That's just a disrespectful answer. I don't know how I feel about that.
Number 3, administrative assistants.
This is
damn.
I feel like this is very
under the bus. Damn. I know you're not even. I'm messing with you, Jim. Yeah.
I feel like this is very. This is very sexist.
I know.
I just
want
to throw that out there.
Which is surprising for number 4, those in managerial positions.
Okay, see, that's just a disrespectful answer. That's just a disrespectful answer.
Me being a manager, excuse me.
Those in managerial positions, that is not that managerial position is not a profession. Please get the fuck out of here.
And number 5,
what?
Teachers.
Hey, no, they're right. No, they're right. I ain't gonna lie to you. They're right.
Yeah,
they're right. Yeah.
Look. So women teachers, you're telling me women teachers because that's what they're talking about in this list right here.
J's, I am still the education profession. If I start talking, I don't know, bro.
Man.
All I'm gonna say is that it is. I'll tell you what. At those outings, you be seeing stuff.
I believe.
I can imagine.
And then on top of that, you be hearing stuff when it comes to the people that you start to get a little higher up. And you be hearing stuff.
So I want you to notice the first answer from men. Number one, those in managerial positions.
Enough.
Lord have mercy.
Enough.
Language.
I mean, I'm not surprised because
I'm definitely not surprised as a manager.
because you do realize that loops in every LLC person, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Number two is surprising. Forgive me if nobody else is surprised by it. Engineers.
Oh, I can believe it.
I don't really know a lot of engineers, so I can't really speak to that. I will say this though: the engineers that I do know be talking about their heartbreak a lot. So maybe that's got something to do with it. I don't know.
Maybe they're using coding. I don't know.
It just lets me know that my disinterest in math was not like misplaced. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. It was not misplaced.
Number three, managing directors.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
What is a managing director? Can the corporate people please explain?
I think it's folks like directors, executives. That's what I would say.
It's like the big boss.
Oh, they're not number one. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Number four, and I definitely believe this one: sales managers.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also surprised that was not higher. I forgot that was a profession. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And number five, construction workers.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Melody, I hate to put you on the spot like this, but you seem like you got a little bit of personal you answered real quick on that one.
No, I used to fool with the guy that was that worked in construction, and something happened, and I guess life happened and we haven't talked to each other, and then I got word on the street that he was fooling around, and I said, yeah, it's a good thing we did not hook up. So yeah. Him and a couple of his buddies.
Dang.
Yeah.
You know what? No, you know what? I take my damn back because I'm not surprised by it. The loyalty that straight dudes have to other straight dudes is weird, considering those same friends are often in the inboxes of their girlfriends and wives, especially if they got some dirt that is verifiable dirt. Dudes will turn on dudes really quick.
Generally, when a female friend is in a guy's inbox, it's because they're trying to catch him cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I thought that list was interesting.
Far too well.
I'm surprised you didn't say plant or warehouse employees and the stories I could tell from those environments.
And if you and by the way, if you disagree with the previous statement that was said, because if you noticed all four of us agreed with it, you need to take your own emotions and remove them from the conversation.
Yeah.
Because if the first thing you're going to hit us with is, oh, I got my heart broke, wrong.
Don't matter.
Go heal.
Wrong.
Go heal.
Take your time.
Heal.
We love you. Go heal.
I don't.
But, okay, well, Melody doesn't. But
continue.
Damn.
Sean needs a minute now.
But to what Melody was saying about the warehouse workers and stuff, I've been in that environment. I know what that environment looks like.
I'm not even going to keep going on that
one. For 2 years. No, I had a team. I kid y'all not. When I was working in the warehouse, I was doing something one night. I was working night shift, and one of the team leads. Now, mind y'all, he in his mid-40s. He one day came up to me. He gave me a task to do something. I said, "Yeah, sure, I can take care of that, no problem." And then after he told me what my task was, he then said to me, hey Mel, you want me to tell you, how you make me feel, how I feel about you. So him not knowing how quick I am, I said, bro, you got a wife at home. Go home to her. I said, go home to her. Then he says this, in which I quote, well, I mean, yeah, I got a wife, but it ain't like I'm finna cheat or nothing.
Okay, look.
That's
See,
crazy.
we right here because look, I've heard married dudes say in real time when they're hit with, I know you got a wife. It's like, man, we were talking about her though.
So that
like, damn, bro.
It also definitely plays into the fact that, like, you hear that men won't leave a relationship until they have somebody lined up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
Straight men are more likely to leave a marriage if they have somebody waiting for them.
Oh yeah.
I believe that. I 100% believe that.
Yeah.
I 100% believe that. So before I get into the 2-minute swipe, opening the table up. Jennifer, is there anything you want to put down on the table that you might find interesting that we should know and or ask about?
I know a lot of weird shit.
That is an amazing answer. Just treat it like it's a Wheel of Fortune wheel, and let's see where it stops. The fact that you're rolling that wheel in your mind right now is the interesting part of it.
I'm not like. I just finished a book on Megan Rapinoe and had the absolute delight of finding out that her and her twin sister came out to each other at the same time, and I think that's hilarious.
Oh. Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who that is. So I can't.
I don't know who it is, but the story is amazing.
She's a female soccer player who was on the U.S. women's national team. And she gained notoriety because she joined Colin Kaepernick in his protests, and actually it went to the point that U.S. women's national soccer will not allow players to kneel on the field, so she just stands there with her hands behind her back.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I was just asked, just to make sure I heard correct. You said, are you talking about Megan Rapinoe?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm really bad at pronunciation with names that I don't hear regularly. So.
Gotcha. It sucks that her last professional game ended on an injury.
Right.
Like that fucking sucks. But, and I tried not to jump in the comment section, the countless comment sections that I've seen on Facebook, because the leading reaction was a laughing emoji, and I already know who those people are. I ain't even got to look at them. I know who they are. I also probably know who they voted for. And you know what? It don't even really matter who they voted for, because there's some who would consider themselves liberal who also play into that dumb shit too. So yeah, it sucks that she went out like that, but an amazing career, definitely left her mark not only on the game but on society. So here's to you, Megan.
Her autobiography is really good. So if you need a book to read,
Megan, I apologize for not knowing your name offhand, but I do support the work that you be doing. So yeah.
Oh yeah, because they be angry as fuck at Megan.
Yeah, no, she didn't play for like almost a year, but they wouldn't let her back on the field after she started protesting.
Right.
They thought for a while she thought that was going to be the end of her career.
No.
And you're right. If she wasn't one of the very first, she was the absolute first to join in that protest. Matter of fact, that picture is still in my head about how she kneeled. Like I can still see it. So
that was not totally pre-planned either. That was
she just did it.
That makes it even better. Because you were moved in the moment because you thought this was right. I appreciate that. And I think because of like her leadership along with the other women in that sport, for at least in America, they just closed on a huge deal, like the biggest deal for any women's sports in America for TV rights. And they deserve it because, look, USA men's soccer, it's
Trash. It's trash.
It had its day. The day is over.
It day hasn't been any time recent.
No, and what I was about to say, that day that you're talking about, it ended early. Like the sun went down quick. Like that day was Landon Donovan, like making a lucky goal. Like what was it? Like almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And now
I think
what a huge supporter of the Mexican team.
One of my favorite clips to watch is one of the the soccer announcers just ripping into the American team.
Yes,
and the majority of him is essentially going like, look, the glory days are behind us. Do something now or shut up. And then what's even better is at the end he goes, and if I didn't even mention your name, it's because you're not even worth mentioning a name. Y'all haven't even heard anything yet. I said, whoa.
Melody, it was on TV. It was live before the game.
This was like a national broadcast. Like he is in the booth. Like, what's going on?
I don't know if it was the managers that wasted the talent. I don't think America's men's talent is just that much better, though, compared to the rest of the world in men's soccer. But you did have Landon Donovan, who was good enough. You had Clint Dempsey, who was also really good. I don't know how they messed that up. But as far as women's soccer, US, yo.
Oh, yeah, the US women's soccer team is really good.
Yeah.
Real good. That I do know that.
I mean, and not just good in the way of like a New England Patriots good or early 2000 Spurs good, where they're kind of conservative about it. It's like, no, we're good, and we gonna whoop your ass with smiles and celebration. And that is what made people uncomfortable, because these are women who know they're good at what they do, and they're telling you and showing you.
And Megan was another great example of that.
I remember Megan.
The pictures of that woman, because there's another one, not just the one with the arm out, but from a game around that time where they're playing Britain, and she makes a goal, and she like pretends to sit with her team.
Yo, that team, and then that team has been good since like the 90s. Because you think back, and I forget her name, but you think back to the one lady who scored a goal and she ripped her jersey off. And the world lost their minds, of course. But, and then, it's crazy because when I see that video, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to act like I don't understand what it is that caused y'all to outrage. But even in my understanding, my next level is, this is an athlete, much like there would be a man athlete who would do the same thing.
So if regularly do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Regularly.
If you are enjoying athletics, and especially at its highest point of something that happens in a game, it shouldn't matter really who is taking the shirt off at the time. Like, either way, like I said, again, congratulations, Megan, on an amazing career. Really, really amazing career, and I hope Team USA continues their dominance. I think this the past one, I don't know if it was a World Cup or not, if they got upset, and whatever, you can't win all of them, whatever. But yeah, with that, Jen, thank you for that moment of randomness. Sean, your moment of randomness, what is it?
Moment of randomness?
Yep.
So I've been recently kind of realizing that one of my favorite like historic like rap subgenres is like cloud rap. And so I've been doing a lot of my history and learning about cloud rap. And ASAP Rocky's Live Long ASAP, or not the first one, but the second one, or Long Live ASAP, I think is what it is. One where he's rapped in Long Live ASAP. One of the best cloud rap albums ever. Easily. This thing is phenomenal. And has an amazing run of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 songs just in a row of Goldie PMW level, which, oh my God, is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Goldie
is amazing. And then Goldie, like deeper cuts.
Goldie is a staple of rap music at that present time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of what it was before it came out and what it started to grow to be after it came out. And I need people to understand that moment in that time for what ASAP did. Goldie is absolute turn moment.
I agree. And so kind of my point of randomness here. As I was going through and doing my research, I realized that the founder of, cloud rap essentially is Clams Casino, who was a producer that worked with Lil B essentially. Because Lil B, the bass god himself was also cloud rap, and there will be no bass god disrespect on this podcast because I'm not getting cursed. I'm not doing it.
Not doing
it.
Ask James Harden if you don't believe it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Also, cloud rap, major shout out, rest in peace, Matt Miller.
Yeah, absolutely. But one of my favorite songs that I've been a fan of since like the beginning, before I even knew what cloud rap was, is Level. And at the beginning, I never knew what he was saying. Like when he starts talking at the very beginning, I never knew what he was saying. And I realized recently that what he's saying is Clams Casino, who was the producer of that song. So for me, what I really enjoy is when my rap knowledge and my rap understanding just goes like full circle. Like one of the first albums that turned me on to rap music is something that I realized is like one of my favorite genres. And I've been doing a lot more of, because that's what led me to get to what in the world just happened with your phone.
I'm still here.
No, you're not.
Oh, but
I don't
you
know.
Can hear me, right?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at though.
I was gonna say I can hear you, but I don't know what we're looking at.
I don't know what I'm looking at. But
but
like Suicide Boys. I've been listening to a lot of Young Lean lately. And now of course ASAP Rocky are some of my favorites right now. So that's my moment of randomness, little cloud rap mini lesson that I'm sure everybody else probably knew but me.
Okay.
which is okay.
Right before we get I fuss with it. Right before we get into 2 Minute Sweat Melody, the moment of randomness. What is it?
I actually don't have anything, surprisingly.
Hey, well, that's random. How about that?
Yeah.
we'll take that. Let me see if I can do this week's most efficient 2 Minute Swat so that we can get to the point where we wrap this amazing show up. So let's see. Here we go. The Southwestern Athletic Conference is considered the premier HBCU conferences in the country and currently ranks among the elite in the nation in terms of HBCU alumni playing with professional sports teams. For complete coverage of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, please follow the SWAC on social media at the SWAC on Twitter, the SWAC on Facebook, and the SWAC on Instagram, or visit the official home for the Southwestern Athletic Conference at www.swac.org. All right. I missed last week, so let's come back with this week, see if we can get one strong. This week's stars are running back for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. That's right, just in case if y'all thought I wasn't going to mention anything good about Alabama A&M. You were right. But I'm going to do it this week. Donovan England, linebacker for Alcorn, Terrence Ellis, place kicker for the overwhelmingly great Florida A&M Rattlers,
Cameron Gillis, and of course, my Alabama State Hornets quarterback, Damon Stewart. Now, Damon Stewart is one that I really want to talk about when we get to him, but let's begin with England. He had no, yeah, 27 carries for 207 rushing yards in Alabama A&M's 30-21 win over Mississippi Valley State. Um, I think that running back, the reason why he wasn't able to have the game that they wanted him to have for the Magic City Classic is because, again, I state over and over again, Alabama State's defense is really good, especially to keep somebody in check like this. He also tallied 2 rushing touchdowns along with a 67-yard return on and it's like for rushing attempts for the game, 7.7 yards per carry. Maybe it's Mississippi Valley State because that is disrespectful.
And how many? And sorry, real quick, how many rushes was that?
27.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God.
For Alcorn State linebacker Terrence Ellis, Ellis had 10 tackles and 1 interception for the Braves over the 28-24 win over Jackson State. This one was a little bit of a slightly upset because Jackson State has been doing solid, but Alcorn has been coming up. But you thought this Jackson State game was going to be one where it was going to crush that streak. But when you got defense like that, 10 tackles and an interception in that game, there's only so much you can do on offense before you have a star on defense to mess all of that up. For Florida A&M, Cameron Gillis, a place kicker, first time hearing about him, but Florida A&M has one of those teams where there are great players, but their team altogether is the star on the field. However, for this game, in terms of the 3 punts he had, it totaled 142 yards. They kept Prairie View at bay, which they needed to because they only won the game. Not Alabama A&M, they always on my mind. What do you want me to do? The game was 27-21. So they needed that one. They really needed him for keeping the field the way it needed to be. And lastly, we're talking about the quarterback for Alabama State, Damon Stewart. He's a newcomer. He hasn't been mentioned yet this season, but he threw for a career high 372 yards, 2 touchdowns on 27 for 38 passing with no interceptions. I hope this is signs that we're going to see in next season because he's not a senior. So going into next season, hopefully that's something we're going to see from Alabama State. Just quickly to go over the standings, Florida A&M still stands top in the conference at 8-0 in the East. Jackson State at 5-3, along with Alabama State, which has been on a winning streak. So hopefully we're going to see what it's going to come down to with the remaining games, who's going to take that second spot. But I think it's finally going to be decided. We're going to see Alcorn State versus Florida A&M as Alcorn State is leading the West, but also Prairie View A&M is also at 6-2. So we're going to see what's going to happen there. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that is my 2-minute swag.
I just want to talk about an aspect of that run of that 27 carries, 7.7 yards a carry. Another aspect of that isn't talked about. That is demoralizing for a defense. I mean, that is, you cannot get him in the back. Like, you cannot get him in the backfield. Like that. Oh my God. That is just disgusting. You don't understand. Like, that's like every time he's getting the ball, and that's like a full load for like a running back. That's a full workhorse game. Like almost 30 carries. And we're not even talking about pass catching attempts or anything like that. I mean, that is crazy.
No, because there wasn't no pass attempts. That's all running.
That's disgusting. Every time they handed him the ball, he got yardage. He got yardage.
At some point on the other side, on the defense, you got to look at like, yo, are they really about to disrespect us again like this?
That is disgusting.
Because it gets to a point in the game where we know they're going to run the ball, and they run the ball, and he get at least 7 yards again. And your coach is over there like, your coach is looking at the defensive coordinator like, yo, my man, what are we doing?
And then you even got to think about it from like a football perspective too. So he's not going to get 7 yards every play. So but with 7 yards a carry, you're not losing yards at all.
You are not.
You're never getting tackled behind the line. And so it's like, there's a point where you got to be as a defense, like, we just got to stop him from getting 5 yards, like a carry. Like, that is insane. That is a running back performance.
So the last thing I want to discuss before we get out of here, I think this is something that I hope to host a live on TikTok about, only because I just want to see who comes in. Actor Michael Ealy, who's a pretty decent actor, pretty good looking brother too, said something not long ago where he said he's married to his logical decision, that his wife isn't his type, but she was the most logical decision. They have 2 kids now. They've been married for at least 10 years, if not 10 years plus. So I believe the marriage is successful. I do believe there's a significant level of love there and all of that. But, sir, my wife is not my type. I'm married to the most logical decision for this. So quickly, Michael Ealy said he had a pretty uneventful childhood, right? Nothing bad, nothing overly good. So when he got into college, he wanted to get into acting, to experience drama and all of these things. He literally went to figure out what drama feels like, because that's just how uneventful his life was. When he started dating, I mean, that's what he said. When he started dating,
that's a hell of a thing. That is a hell of a mentality. I ain't never heard of nothing like that before. That is.
It gets better.
Read a book.
So
what's wrong with you, bro? Read a book.
Literally.
His word was that when he started dating, he had a savior complex. So he looked for women with baggage, or as he said, daddy issues and stuff.
Who is this again?
Michael Ealy.
Oh, I know Michael Ealy, the one with the pretty eyes. Yeah.
The one with the pretty eyes.
Yeah, hey, look, trust me. Like I said,
you're gonna have to give me a little bit more of a description than pretty eyes.
When you look him up,
Google him. Sean, Google him real quick.
I can't take, nobody can take that away from him.
I get annoyed when people talk about mommy and daddy issues, and it's like, how is it the child's fault that the parent failed to do their due diligence?
Oh, it is that guy. Yeah.
So he also said, now this is what he said. Put a pin in that. This is what he wanted. So when he first started dating, his girlfriends they weren't comfortable with him doing love scenes and stuff. And it was like, I understand it, I get it, cool. Because of that, he started dating people in the industry. He started dating women in the industry. And he still wanted the same thing, women with what he felt was baggage. One of those women was Halle Berry. If I'm not mistaken, another one was, I forget her name, she's in the scary movies.
I know who you're talking about. I do not know her name. I do not know her name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So those relationships didn't work either, because he was still heavy into his work, trying to be the best he can at what he do. The lady that he met her at her job. She was a servant. And when they went out on the first date, she said when he got up from the table, she thought, God, this man is great. He has no baggage. She was like, I hope the first kiss is good. And she was like, I'm gonna marry this man. She thought he was such a great fit because he didn't have any baggage, but she felt like she did. She had never been married, never had any kids, but she was raised in a conservative, strict Iranian household. And some other things. She didn't go into detail what her baggage was. So, what I'm trying to figure out is, so far, the only thing that you've told us, Michael Ealy, that is your type, is women that you feel like you need to fix. The woman that you married admittedly said she had baggage. So, what exactly is your type? Because you call this woman a logical choice. My biggest problem with that, which is going to be my discussion point if I do host that live, is this is a problem because there are men now who like to talk about one the quote unquote traditional woman over the modern woman or whatever. And what you would see is typically when these men marry those women, those more conservative, quiet women, and look, cool, if that's who you are, I ain't mad at you. If you can make it work, I ain't mad at you. But typically, when they cheat, they're not cheating with a quote unquote traditional woman.
They're not. They're
So,
not.
if you are married to your logical decision, if and or when you cheat, are you cheating with another logical decision? Or are you going to end up cheating with your type? And that is the problem. I hope to have this conversation sometime later. Well, thank you.
Hell of a conversation topic.
That is. That is.
I like that. I like that. That was good. Yeah.
So just in case, if y'all on TikTok sometime tomorrow or something, y'all see that live icon around me, that's what's happening.
Honestly, I'm doing that.
I'm gonna bring something. I'm gonna bring something back in the spirit of Lionel, just so something that him and I used to do when we used to invite people from back in the day. But just to remind y'all that here on But Peep This, the podcast, we don't bring in no scrubs. Everybody who we bring in is legit. Don't play with us.
Period.
We ain't no scrubs. You see the stuff that we talk about. We may be goofy and stupid. Actually, I wouldn't say anybody on here is stupid. I'm probably the stupid one. But
when we're stupid, it generally is a bit.
Generally.
Exactly.
Because no, you're right.
That's all I got.
I did my research on this before I thought about talking about it. I'm not gonna jump on live and just start talking. Like
see, that's my problem. I would.
I would. I mean, folks do that.
But there's a reason. There are 1,000 reasons why I haven't gotten on TikTok yet. But
I mean, look, when I'm in these lives and I'm
TikTok
trying
to cope with the stress of the pandemic, and I haven't left.
You know what? I was late to that party. I wish I was there in 2020.
I wasn't in 2020. I was there in 2021.
I didn't hop on TikTok till last year, so yeah, I'm late to the party.
Now I have 3 accounts, which is funnier.
Yes, and they're all dope, by the way. I'm just saying that as a fan. So it's no, when I'm having these conversations and we get around things like mental health and men's mental health, I come in there with numbers, and the numbers that I've researched is not from a .com. I'm usually getting my stuff from a .org, and usually when I'm hitting it with statistics, that's when the conversation gets slow, or the intellectual insecurities pop out. And even then, I get to those like, my brother, I'm not trying to embarrass you. I want to talk to you because I care about you. I love you. I want to see you be better. And not just because I know better, but because we can start learning this better together. But if we can't get past the pettiness in this conversation, then we can't even.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
But with that, ladies and gentlemen, before we close out, any last words from any other amazing people on the panel?
I got none.
I ain't got nothing. Just so y'all know, we should be back next week. I think we agreed that we were gonna do next week too.
Yeah.
And I think Melody, I think that's your episode, right?
Yeah, that's my episode. I gotta I gotta plan everything.
Understandable.
All right. So last words. 'Tis the season. Get out there, get some spending, and Thanksgiving, make sure you eat them chickens. This is But Peep This podcast.
Ain't nobody.
Go to credits. It's done.
Oh my God. Please be.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Lionel.
And this is But Peep This, the podcast where we talk about whatever the hell we want.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Keep that notification button on and stick with us, man. Thank you so much. Peace.